the issue when you look at a project where you can actually make money through gaming, I think the first question we need to actually ask ourselves is that, is it permissible to play game, right? That was the first question. And answer these sort of questions, sometimes it can be tricky. We have seen in the past many scholars who felt that video games might not be Sharia compliant, they might not be halal, because they felt that, spending time in such a way is just a waste of time. And believer, a Muslim, should not be wasting the time. Okay. So if there is no any sort of meaningful activity that is happening, then therefore, you shouldn't do that thing. I remember long ago, I was listening to one of the Mufti in Reunion Island, and he said that it is impermissible for a Muslim to sit down without doing anything at all that is not meaningful. And then he gave the example that, imagine you're just sitting here and that's it, and you're not doing any thinking, you're not thinking about anything, you're not doing anything, you just sit here, you decide to just sit here.
Mufti Bilal, but that makes it so difficult for us.
What about is it okay to
Yeah.
sit down and look at coin market cap every 2 hours? Is that good?
No. This is what I'm saying. So I'm not saying to just sit. Like obviously we all sit and read and do things. That is different. I'm saying sitting down without reading anything, without even thinking about it, without using the brain, without resting either. So this is two different things. And obviously, resting, if you're sitting down to rest, that means you're resting, right? You understand? So you are doing something. But what if you're sitting, or where you're standing? Okay, I said sitting, but what if you're standing? You just decide to stop. You're not doing it. You just
but let's be honest here.
For no reason whatsoever. No reason whatsoever.
But I'm getting there. We as men have the special powers that we can literally look into the sky and think about absolutely nothing. This is making it difficult, because this is one power that
I think there are people that would do that. I think there are people that would do that. Yeah. Just sit down for no reason, and that could lead to a waste of time. Why? Because a believer try to use that time, even not for something related to the dunya, but he needs to utilize his time, in worshiping Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, doing something, remembering Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So, when it comes coming back to gaming, this is the issue that when you are playing games, is it actually you wasting your time or not? And there are people that will argue that no, but it's a mean of relaxing or leaving the stress out, this and that. So there are people that will argue against. This is the challenge, right? Is that does gaming actually fall under the category of time wasting? And then there are the issues as well related. Is that what if you are playing games so much that you become addicted? And we all know the harms of being addicted to game. Whether it can lead you to lose money, whether it can lead you to have a toxic relationship eventually, because you're paying more time on your game rather than with your family, whether they are children, your wife or your parents or something like that. And or whether it can lead to harms to your health, right? Lack of sleep, etc. So these are the things. There are many things that are attack the game. Now people will say, but what control environment that there's a discipline and this and that. That's fine, but at the end of the day, there are these things to consider, right? We have to consider these things. So now this is in terms of playing the game. Then you have the other issue would be in relation to the content, right? Now, there might be, there are games that are clearly anti-Islamic games or anti-Muslim games. There have been several games like that have been released in the past, right? Like I think one of them is called Muslim Massacre, for example, where you can actually go play the game and kill Muslims. So there are games like that. Sometimes these anti-Islamic content, they are in well-known games, like Call of Duty, for example, Fortnite. Like Fortnite, a couple of times there have been issues. One, I think there was a possibility to walk on the Quran. The player could just walk on the Quran, which was on the floor. Recently, there was a possibility now that the developers say it's not on their side, it's from the player side, where people can actually build a Kaaba, for example, and then they have to destroy the Kaaba to progress to the next level. You can have, like in the game of Call of Duty, it was the same thing. There were other games as well where, the hadith, that you can have like a hadith written in Arabic of the Prophet ﷺ, which is hung on top of the toilet, for example. So there have been many, and sometimes we may be playing these games, but we're not aware of it because it's written in Arabic, and people, we don't understand Arabic. We don't know that. I have played games in the past, like a long time ago. In 2000, there was a game that came out. Was on PlayStation 2 or something. It was a game called Socom. That was 20 years ago.
Socom.
Socom, yeah, it was.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause I saw it. I remember Ahmed. He was in Canada, and
Mm-hmm.
the reason how I ended up playing the game, it was the way it was advertised in Toronto. It was as if they were advertising for a movie, and I have never seen that in my life. Like proper, posters everywhere and stuff like that. I'm thinking, I've never seen this, in my life. Like,
Yeah.
how could they advertise for a game in such a manner? But in the SOCOM, like, you would see that you play supposedly in an Arab country, not a Muslim country, in Arab, where you're gonna have like many Arabic writings around. Now you probably don't know. I didn't know at the time, what they mean, because I didn't know Arabic. So, but then it could be anything. It could be like they put a verse of the Quran out there, and then you're just holding up your gun and shooting at it or something like that. Or I remember there were like pages and on the floor, and you can walk on it. But they can be anything. They can be verses of the Quran, and that actually has